I truly do believe, and I truly know that like everything happens for a reason. I'm a very firm believer in that. Doesn't mean it doesn't suck, and it doesn't mean it's not easy to go through it. It is rough, not gonna lie to you. It's sometimes rough to keep that good vibe when you got rejected for giving your all. Welcome back to my channel. If you have not seen any of my other job hunt videos, I will be linking them down below. I'm on job hunt. This is episode 4, and this is a follow-up of what the heck has been going on in my job hunt. If you're new, my name is Bree. I literally just finished my 3rd year of teaching, and now I'm in year 4. I'm looking for a brand new job in a brand new district. I'm applying everywhere in Southern California, and I'm waiting to see where I'm gonna end up. I'm very excited. I'm literally just riding this wave of uncertainty and unknown and just accepting all of it. Like, it's a fun time in my life right now. You are new, please be sure to subscribe if you like my content that I put out. I also have a podcast right here if you're interested. Information linked down below, and I also have an Instagram where you can chat with me, ask me questions. I love helping. I love helping people. I love helping new teachers and any kind of teacher especially as well. All right, let's get into the video. Let me give you guys an update on my job interview or job hunt. So you guys, it is June 3rd today, 2021. And let me tell you, I did not think I would be sitting here today without a job. I guess it shows that who's really in control, not me. However, yesterday I had a follow-up interview with one district. So let me just give you guys some like background context. I've applied, I think, to 8 different places, and I got one interview weeks ago. It was job hunt episode 2. I'll link it down below if you're interested. There's a whole playlist that this is going in. My 3rd episode, linked down below, was with this school district. I'll call it School District B. And School District B, I had that interview linked down below, and then I had another interview yesterday. So I want to talk to you guys about the 8 questions that were asked from me for this job interview, because it was the same district, but they were different questions. There was 8 of them. I don't remember exactly like the exact question, but I will tell you the gist of the question. The first question they asked was, how do I make learning fun for students? Something along the lines of that. I talked about having focus walls on the in my classroom, interactive anchor charts, active learning, really drove that home. They asked me, how do I think the first question was about equity. And I just said, you know, it's my job as a teacher to get to know my students really well, because equity is giving each student exactly what they need. And it looks different because each student is an individual. I might have said it better now than I did in the interview, because it was question number 1, and I was a little, you know, nervous. I'm gonna be honest, because I would really like to work in this district, so I was a little nervous. But like, they asked a question about like representing diversity in the classroom, and I talked about, it's funny because the last interview, sorry for the motorcycle. It's funny because the last interview, or the last video, I mentioned how I wish I answered that question better, and I was able to this time. So I talked about always being open and looking to supplement the curriculum, to supplement my students' cultures inside. And then I gave an example of how, inside the classroom, I gave an example of how during distance learning, I had we learned about the different winter celebrations around the world, and it's just really fun. So that was question number 3. Question number 4, again, I don't think I'm gonna name all 8, I'm just trying to remember, but the other question was, or what adjectives describe a good teacher? List 4 and elaborate. That was literally the question, and I like this question. I talked about, you know, teachers are role models, so that's the umbrella, and then each tier or each section of that umbrella, I said grace, understanding, compassion, and I don't remember the last one, but went along with those, and I elaborated as like just giving grace. You know, I can't really elaborate right now, you guys. It was my last day of school. But that was the question. So think and ponder on that question. It was a really good question. I don't even know what number I was on. Let's say 5. Data. They asked about how data drives my instruction as a teacher, and I said straight up, that is what tells me what to teach. And I said the last interview I was with you guys, I mentioned how I wanted to really bring this up because my last interview person really enjoyed this answer. And I said, I learned throughout my years of teaching that I should assume nothing. I can't assume anything from anyone, from my parents, from my students. Like, I have to assume nothing. So then I brought in the fact that pre-assessment is so important because that literally tells me exactly what I need to teach for my kids, how I'm gonna do my groups, you know, all of that. Talked about it, and then I talked about using common assessment for PLC groups, which is, can't even think what PLC stands for, professional learning committees, I believe, or communities. So talked about that as well. Pretty good answer, I think. And then question number 6 or 7, whichever one I'm on, I don't really remember. They asked me what grade levels I've taught before, and I said 3rd and 5th, and I made sure to bring up that I started my education career as an intern on an emergency permit, because that is something I'm very proud of. I was going to school full-time and being a teacher full-time in my first year with massive amounts of pressure, and I'm proud to say that that is something I am very proud of. So that's what I told them in the interview. And then I talked about being in 5th grade for 2 years, and now I'm finished with induction. I am getting my clear credential as we speak right now. The other question was, what certifications do you hold? Something like that. And I talked about Google. I'm Google certified level 1. I talked about Avid trained, Capturing Kids' Hearts trained, because I think that's kind of it. I should have said iReady, but I didn't, but you know. They also asked, I think it's something with technology. They definitely asked something about technology integration, and I just said, you know, after, you know, 2020, when we were forced to go 100% online, I just talked about how that was a really cool turning point in my career, because I realized that there were so many tools I wasn't utilizing in the classroom because they were 100% technology based. You know, like Padlet, you know, I mean, when did you use that before the pandemic? Even Google Classroom, I didn't use that before the pandemic. So I just brought that point up, and then I said, continuing forward, I'm definitely going to still be using these, this technology, you know, curriculum, everything that we have access to. I'm gonna continue to use it. It's very helpful. And I talked about that. And then they asked me how I support like behavior in the classroom, and then I just talked about how like I am big on choice in the classroom. Like, that is what I'm trained in. Capturing Kids' Hearts like is very about choice. And just in case you don't know what that is, like that goes, you know, when we make this social contract in the classroom, this is what I told them. When I make this social contract in the classroom, it's like a team. It's a team, and I said the classroom is a team, and we agree on how we want to be treated by the teacher, how the teacher wants to be treated by the students, how the students want to be treated amongst each other, and how do we want to fix a problem we're having. Like, what are the steps we want to take when we have an issue with someone or something going on in the classroom. We create that together, they sign their names, and that is what I always refer to during the school day, you know, and that's what I talked about, was with choices. And then I talked about how Capturing Kids' Hearts has the 4 questions, which is, what are you doing? What are you supposed to be doing? Are you doing it? How are you gonna make sure you're gonna do it? Something like that. That last question's a little rough, but yeah. And then I just said, you know, that's all choice, and that's all students' choices. It's all buy-in with them. Like, they are their own individual selves, and yeah. Okay. Anywho, and then the last question, which is honestly the best question that You know what? When I got this question, I laughed. I was like, okay. So this last question was, if we do not hire you, what are we going to be missing out on? And I laughed and I'm like, all right, well. And I just said, you would be missing out on a teacher that just genuinely loves teaching. And then I said, I'm grateful because I have a job that is also my hobby. I love teaching. I love self-reflection through teaching. I love how teaching is a growth opportunity every single day. Yes, it's draining, but then it's like days like these where it's the last day of school and it's like, you know, I feel good going to bed every night because of the impact I leave on my kids, and that's just very important to me. So I said that, and then I said you would also be missing out on a team player. You'll be missing out on a person who wants to help people. You'll be missing out on a person that wants to be a mentor to new teachers, who wants to help new teachers, and someone that's just all in for the kids. And I think that was a really good answer, honestly. Like, dang, I don't know. Do you think it was a good answer? So that right there is what that last interview was. And then they said if I make it past this one, round 3 will be with administrators, pretty much like picking the teachers they want. So I think if I get there, I will get a job somewhere. I really want to work in this district, you guys. Like, I feel like this is like a good spot for me. I'm really excited for it. I think I'm gonna like it. I'm just really eager, really excited to like see where I'm gonna go, see my new classroom and see everything. But you guys, thank you so much for watching this video. It's officially summer. Hello, you guys. New day, same chair, same spot. But I did want to give you guys an update. Obviously earlier in this video you heard the questions that were asked of me, my answers, and the interview I'm talking about it was a second interview out of 3. It was the second one for a district that I was really hoping and wanting to be in, but as you can tell with the title of this video, that I was actually rejected for this position. If you guys have been following me along on my teaching journey or my job hunt, you would know this was my 3rd interview. So I had 1 previous interview. All of my interviews, I will link them down below. This was with School B. School B, I only have interviewed for 2 districts so far, and it is currently mid-June. I do want to say, like, I did not think I would be in this position. I really thought I would have signed with a school right now, but that's not the case. So, hi, still don't have a job. If you guys have been listening and following my podcast, first, halt. If you are not, go ahead and follow me over on every single streaming service for podcasts. My podcast is something just very special to me. I wanted to create a podcast that was very like high vibe and self-development oriented. So that is exactly what my podcast is. And if you guys are avid listeners of my podcast, comes out every single Monday, you already know this information. I told you guys on my podcast first because that was the theme of my episode last week. The theme of my episode last week was how I am choosing not to give a about being rejected for this teaching position. I kind of go through a self-development book that I love. It's called The Act of Not Giving A by Mark Manson. Wow. But that's a really fun episode. I really just go through the key points of the book, and I self-reflect on how I am not going to let this little hurdle or this little bump in the road deter me from finding my teaching position that I love so much. Now, moving on, from that. It's been a week since I got the email. I got the email last Friday out of nowhere, like literally the first day of summer. I did not think it was gonna happen that fast. I didn't expect it at all. And when I got the email, it said like no longer wanting to follow process, like rejected, like not selected. That's what it said in the title of the email. And I thought, oh, this is for a district that like I didn't even interview with yet, or it was just like a random district. I thought it was from school or district A, the first district I interviewed with, but no, it was with a district that I really thought I was going to be getting that third interview with. And I'm gonna be very honest with you guys, because that's all I can truly be, is honest. It rocked me. I'm gonna be very, very honest. You know, throughout this whole week, so that happened on Friday. Last Saturday, I can't even remember what I did last Saturday. I think I just worked. I was okay. That's when I filmed my podcast. You know, the week started, and you know, just going through the whole, going on to EdJoin, looking for positions, filling out the application processes, answering the questions. I'm gonna be honest, I really took it hard. I took this rejection very hard. It's like one day I was okay, the next minute I wasn't, and then something else that happened. Thursday morning, I woke up to another email of a application or a district that I applied for, and it said no longer wanting, like, or I wasn't even selected for an interview for that district, and I got that email. So last week I was feeling pretty low, not gonna lie. Like, I could kind of get emotional about it right now, and it's something I need to work through, but I mean, it's not fun to be rejected. And I do such a better job at my podcast, like going through everything and just picking the pieces out and looking through what happened with this rejection through a more positive, different perspective, because that's how you change your circumstance, is by looking at it through different perspective. And I did a great job of that on my podcast, but right now it is a little hard for me because I just have an irrational fear that I'm not gonna get a job, because I didn't think I would be in this position right now. I thought I would have a contract signed, and I know what my problem is. My problem is I'm having these I'm just having these expectations that I feel like I should be meeting, but those are all like false. I shouldn't really be relying on these false expectations. I mean, yeah, it's what I would like to happen, but you guys, it's just been a little rough. So we're moving, we're looking, and you know, wherever I get a job is where we're gonna move. So we still need to find an apartment, because I have no idea even where we're gonna move. So that's why I have all these like strict like expectations and just walls around receiving, I believe. You know, I want to find an apartment and somewhere to move by August 1st, but I just don't know what's gonna happen. But again, my mantra that I'm telling myself is enjoy this process. Your teaching job is looking for you, and good things are always coming my way. Everything always works out for a reason. Everything, everything, everything. I just want to find a teaching job that I love. Like I said in the beginning of the interview, I love teaching. And I consider myself in a very lucky situation to where teaching is my job, but it's also my hobby, and I love my job teaching. I love teaching. I just feel like I just really want to find a district and a job that is right and perfect for me. And I'm gonna let you guys know right now, I have a lot of limiting beliefs, like changing that perspective in me. I have a lot of limiting beliefs telling me like, you're not gonna find a job, like, you know, there's a lot of limiting beliefs going on in my mind right now, but I am really like taking little steps every single day to help me with my limiting beliefs. The first thing I did was I wrote down 4 affirmations on cards. One second, let me go get my dog. So the first step I did in changing this, you know, we all have choices, you guys. I could have a choice to give up. I could have a choice to stay sad. I could have a choice of linking my self-worth with the rejection of not getting a job, but I'm not gonna do that. That is the choice I'm not gonna take. I'm gonna take the opposite choice, and I need to become more receiving of any type of district to, you know, find liking in me. So you guys, it's just such a weird thing, like being rejected for a job when it's like your passion is very interesting. It's a very interesting experience to live through and to grow through. But so the first thing I did in changing this situation of being rejected is I wrote down 4 affirmations that I'm trying to reprogram my subconscious mind about, because those are limiting beliefs. They're blocking a lot of abundance coming to me. Literally, the way you think creates your reality. So I'm thinking in a very more optimistic, I don't know, I'm just changing my perspective. So this is what it looks like on my phone. I wrote down these 4 affirmations. I also put them around my mirror, and I say them every day, and I believe in them, because I do believe in this. I truly believe in myself. I truly believe in my self-worth, but sometimes that little on the side right here, it gets in the way, and then I see evidence of it by getting rejected. So I'm working through it. But the first affirmation I wrote down is, I am excited that every action I take moves me toward my perfect teaching job. And I actually was really focusing on that yesterday. And again, if you listen to my podcast, I'll say it now. I know that that district obviously wasn't for me. I thought it was. I thought I would like to work there, but it's like that my first year of teaching. My first year of teaching was such a year. It was completely it just really shattered me. My first year of teaching shattered my self-confidence, shattered me as a person into a million little pieces. And I literally thought to myself, I don't want to be here, but you know, if I have to be here again, then I will. You know, I wasn't being very actionable. I was just being very small. And again, that got taken care of. I didn't get rehired. So, you know, things have a really weird way of working out, and that's what I'm focusing on, because I know deep down I'm going to find a teaching job. I'm gonna say it right now. I know deep down I'm gonna find a teaching job. I know I'm gonna have a group of kids next school year that I'm gonna fall in love with, and we're gonna have a great year, and I'm gonna be able to live out my life's purpose. Like, I feel like my purpose is to teach, and I really love teaching. So these affirmations are helping, because I know this stuff, but then in the back of my mind I'm just like, oh, like, you know, who knows, like just self-doubt. Self-doubt will literally shatter you. The second affirmation I wrote is, the teaching job I am looking for is looking for me. Absolutely. The third affirmation, something wonderful is about to happen to me. Something wonderful is about to happen to me. Something wonderful is about to happen to me. And the fourth thing, everything I want from life flows to me easily and abundantly. And those are the 4 affirmations that I am focusing on. I truly do believe, and I truly know that, like, everything happens for a reason. I'm a very firm believer in that. Doesn't mean it doesn't suck, and it doesn't mean it's not easy to go through it. It is rough. Not gonna lie to you, it's sometimes rough to keep that good vibe when you got rejected for giving your all. But I literally wrote down, I'm doing the magic. I'm on day 6 of the magic, and I wrote down today, and it's actually day 7, long story short, but I will be opening a book club soon. After this summer, I'm gonna be starting a book club. So if you're interested in reading the magic, it is a very life-changing book. That's gonna be our first book to read in the book club, so just stay tuned for that. But I'm on day 6, day 7, long story short. But on day 7, it's talking about changing a negative experience that you're facing and thinking of 10 positive things about this time in your life that's being like negative. So for me, I wrote down the 10 things and I really focused on enjoying the journey, enjoying this journey. I mean, is life really supposed to be like picture perfect? It is gonna be exactly what I want it to be? No, because we are co-creators. We co-create with everything. Like, we just don't, it's, you know, there's things that happen, but it's always for a better reason, in my opinion. That's just what I believe. Wholeheartedly, 100%, I believe in that. Because there's evidence in my life to prove that. You guys, thank you for listening to this video. You know, I'm still applying to districts. I've even widened my search. And even right now, I'm feeling some negativity towards it. And I need to fix that because I just have a lot of self-doubt right now. And it's a learning in progress, I should say. And that's just life. Everything in life you're gonna have to work through, and this is one of them. But like I said in my podcast, I feel better after talking about it. This is actually a form of release for me. When I'm feeling stressed and down and upset, or like, you know, like I was last week. But it was so weird. Some days last weekend, it was in the mornings usually after I woke up, and then I would feel better in the evening. Or one day, I think it was Thursday, it was all day I was feeling like boggy and slumped. And it was because I got another like, we're not even accepting you for an interview email. But you know what, you guys, guess what? My school's looking for me just like I'm looking for it. So cheers to that, baby. Well, you guys, thank you so much for listening to this video. You know, I put out this content because I feel like it helps. I feel like it helps a lot. Like, if I had something like this to watch during my interview process, I would be feeling really good. It would just help me out. It just, I don't know, it humbles you. It humbles you. But I'm keeping it positive. I'm keeping with those affirmations. I am truly just enjoying. That's my key word, okay? Enjoy. Enjoy the experience. Enjoy all of it. You guys, I'll catch you guys next week. I will keep you updated on my job hunt. All the other episodes will be linked down below. If you haven't already, my podcast, in my opinion, is gold. But I will catch you guys in my next video. Have a fantastic day. And just thank you guys so much for watching and all your comments. I really, really appreciate it. So